Hey guys, what's good? Rising Phoenix 1, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This video and promo reveal is presented by the EA Creators Network. All right, so we have a promo reveal today. This starts tomorrow on Tuesday, and the name of the promo is Noche Latina. That's Latin night, and Latin night in the NBA is an annual deal. All right, so what we have here is a Manu Ginobili, and we also have a Juan Toscano Anderson. These are both 94s, and what it tells us here is it's time for the Noche Latina players to join your lineup, earn 83 to 87 overall Noche Latina players, and more to work your way towards 94 overall Masters. All right, so one of the good things that I see here is that we actually have some Latino players. Obviously, Manu Ginobili and Juan Toscano Anderson. In past Noche Latina promos, that hasn't necessarily been the case. So we have a 94 Manu Ginobili. He is a finesse shooting guard. We have a 94 Juan Toscano Anderson. He is a strategic power forward. All right, we have a couple errors here. Obviously, these are early slides that we're getting, but we're going to have Noche Latina Store Masters. We're going to have a strategic power forward, Lamar Odom. The next one there, it has a picture of Drexler on it, but that is actually Rick Fox. Rick Fox is a 94 power game style small forward. The one next to it that says Drexler that we can't quite see, that is Drexler. He is a power game style shooting guard. And then we have two more Store Masters. Be mindful, these are Store Masters. A 94 finesse game style center, Charles Oakley, and a 94 finesse point guard, Juan Calderon. If this is starting to look a little familiar to you, it should, because this is one we've had before. All right, so here you can see that we're going to earn trace points. These are the points, so this is going to be a point progression, and we're going to earn accordions. So we'll show you what that's all about in a minute, but by doing that, we're going to advance in the milestones. We're going to earn 83 to 87 cards. We're going to earn Conga tokens, and then those are going to help us level up the set masters to 94s. Now, there would certainly appear to be a visual glitch here. You can see in there that that is Juan Calderon, and it's also Rick Fox. Those are Store Masters, so obviously this should probably be Ginobili and Juan Toscano Anderson. And then we are going to turn them in on the Grandmaster, which is a 96 overall Devin Booker. Yeah, okay, so let's go to the promo map. All right, and here it is, and this should be, abundantly clear. This is the same format that was originally developed for No Shave November, and that was repurposed in Zero Chill, and now is being repurposed for Noche Latina. And you're going to start off by claiming one of the lower versions of Toscano Anderson or Ginobili. You will have 20 Blitz events, so this should look familiar to you. And in the Blitz events, you're going to earn trace points to advance in the milestone, and then you're also going to earn accordions. So accordions will be like, what were they called in No Shave November? I think beard points. And by playing these 20 Blitz events, you'll get 20 accordions, and then you can spend one accordion to play these events as many times as you can. This screen simply tells us what we just said. Basically, use accordion earned from the Blitz event to play these challenges for extra trace, so extra points or chances at 83 to 87 overall players and 90 overall masters. So let's talk about this a minute. If you're not familiar with this format, the top one there, the yellow event, that would be just trace points. The bottom event here, that would be a lesser amount of trace points plus a chance at an 83 to 87 and some sort of very small chance at a 94 overall master. So I think in the interest of honesty, we need to talk about this a little bit. No Shave November was either 7 or 8 days. In that one, because of the in-game economy, specifically the percentage drop rate for the cards, in this case it would be the 83 to 87 cards, just didn't fit the length of the promo in No Shave November. And if you recall in that one, I think they were 87s, and then the Grandmaster was an 89 James Harden. And the simple fact is, getting one of the 87s, no money spent, was by no means a given. Some people got one, some people didn't get one. And in that one, I think it was 1 out of 4. But yeah, that was the issue with No Shave November. Now, when this was repurposed for Zero Chill, an extra 4 days was added to the promo in order to help address the problems that we had with No Shave November. And this promo would appear to be 4 days shorter because we are currently on a 1-week schedule for these main promos. So the only hope here is if substantial changes have been made to the in-promo economy, specifically the drop percentages for the 83 to 87 overall cards that you would get from playing the green event at the bottom. The yellow event at the top would just give you points. The green event at the bottom would give you a lower number of points to progress in the milestones, but the chance at the cards you absolutely need, because the cards are the fuel in order to complete the sets. And so if the drop percentages have been sufficiently changed, then that would substantially change the progression throughout this event over the course of a 7-day promo. Please understand, we have literally no information than what is contained in these screenshots, okay? So here it tells us that we have a milestone and we're gonna earn trace points, obviously, by playing the events to complete milestones and work our way towards upgrading the player we choose from that initial node on the initial screen all the way up to a 94 overall in the sets. Similar to the other times this format was used, there will be a premium milestone. You can purchase the premium milestone offer in the store to earn more milestone rewards as you progress. And then similar to the past when we've used this format, there is a leaderboard. I believe, based on what it says here and my recollection, this is a daily leaderboard, so it will reset daily. That's a good feature, I believe, to have a daily resetting leaderboard that gives you rewards every morning, right? This just highlights the sets node. In sets, we'll turn in 83 to 87 overall Noche Latina players and Conga token to upgrade your chosen set master to a 94 overall. All right, so here is a repeatable set for points, 2,500 trace points, and you can get that with any 5 83 to 87 overall Noche Latina players. Here's a set that I don't think is repeatable, and you're gonna have to use OVR specific cards, 83, 84, 85, 86, and 87, all Noche Latina players, in order to claim this 7,000 trace points. The trace points are merely the points that progress you in the milestone or milestones if you purchase the premium milestones. You're gonna need to get some 87 overalls. If you're having trouble getting those, you can turn in any 83s to 87s, 4 of them, to claim one of the 87s that you might need. All right, so here we have the sets. Juan Toscano Anderson, you're gonna initially, if you choose him, get an 84. In order to level him up to an 89, you're gonna need 4 83 to 87s and 1 Conga token. And obviously it's the same for Manu Ginobili. And then the next set will be to level him up from an 89 to a 94. You're gonna need 10 83 to 87s and you're gonna need 5 of the 87s, which is why you're probably gonna need this set here, okay? So with both Toscano Anderson and Manu Ginobili, the 89 version, 10 of the 83s to 87, 5 of the 87s, and a Conga token will get you up to a 94 overall Manu Ginobili or Juan Toscano Anderson. All right, so at this point we need to talk about what may or may not happen in the future. If you will recall from No Shave November, and from Zero Chill. The set for the Grandmaster, in this case a 96 Booker, will not be in-game at the time the promo drops. That will come in later. In both No Shave November and Zero Chill, partway through there was an escalation and we ended up getting 2 more masters. Obviously we have no information on what those cards will be, and frankly I'm being a little bit presumptuous to suggest that there will be an escalation and that escalation will be 2 cards versus 1 card. We simply don't know at this point. It's reasonable to guess, emphasis on the word guess, that there will be an escalation. You know, picture, what was it in Zero Chill? What was the escalation? It was Ori and Bogdanovich. Will it be an escalation? I think it's likely, but I'm guessing. Will it be 1 or 2 cards? Mindful of the fact that this is going to be a 7-day promo, presumably. We just don't know. What will be the requirements to claim the 96 Grandmaster? We just don't know, okay? So really, in terms of the non-store masters, all we know for sure is we've got a Ginobili and we got a Toscano Anderson. They are 94s. I'm not really convinced that 94s are going to be helpful to very many players' lineups, whether they are no money spent, and certainly if they are spenders. And then, you know, that takes us back to this, because if this is accurate, a 96 Devin Booker as the Grandmaster is it's an awkward choice. That's the way to put it. The February Live Pass Grandmaster was a 96 Devin Booker without a boost. In order to get that, you had to spend some money on the promo. Based upon past experiences with this promo, in order to get the Grandmaster, you're going to have to use money. You're going to have to spend. So I'm just going to say it straight up. As it sits right now, I don't understand this selection of a 96 Devin Booker as a Grandmaster. Maybe if he has a boost, but yeah, it just seems to be an awkward choice. Let me just leave it at that, all right, so we're going to go to the stats now for some of these cards. Here we've got Manu Ginobili, and you know, I'm not impressed by the primary stats. My initial impression when I looked at this screen, and it's still my impression now, is that the card just does not look particularly impressive. His speed and agility, I guess, is fine, you know, but for the most part, his athleticism stats are all in the mid-80s after that. And I mean, you know, his athleticism stats are not horrible, but they're not good for a 94 overall. His inside offensive game looks good. His outside shooting is what troubles me the most. 90 midi is fine, but an 86-3, that's just low. 90 contested, 91 touch, 89 dribble. I mean, we don't know how this card is going to perform, but I'm not super optimistic looking at these stats. On-ball defense at 89 is fine. 89 steal, I guess, is fine, but you know, again, these stats are all on the low end of okay, if you ask me. And you didn't, but I'm just going to tell you, I'm not super excited about what I'm seeing with this card here. Next up is Juan Toscano Anderson. I am excited about his rebounding stats based upon his primaries. And by the way, he is a strategic game style power forward. And yeah, I mean, he's got great vert, tip in, and rebounding stats. His inside offensive game is, you know, it's all right. He's going to be able to shoot middies. He's got a 93 mid-range coupled with a 94 shooting touch. His defense is basically not there at all. His box out looks very good. And, you know, he has some post presence, but, you know, nothing special, nothing to write home about. So, based upon rebounding stats alone, I guess I could say that I have some interest in this card, but, you know, he's a 6'7" power forward. That can be problematic. With these 94 overalls, you know, it's just not clear to me how these cards are going to be helpful, at least for more heavily involved users, whether you're no money spent or whether you're a spender. All right, because team overalls are already well above these 94 overalls. All right, we're going into the Store Masters now. We're going to run through these pretty quick. 94 Lamar Odom, he is another strategic power forward. And I'm just going to say it, I'm not impressed at all with the first page of these stats or the second page of these stats. This is not Clyde Drexler. Pay no attention to that picture. This is a 94 power game style small forward Rick Fox. You know, actually this card has some good athleticism stats, horrible rebounding stats for a small forward, decent inside offensive game, pretty good mid-range, but the rest of the outside shooting stats are, you know, just not good, right? 88 on ball, 92 steal, 91 hands on perimeter, 87 interception. So this Rick Fox card does have some defensive stats, and he does have some decent playmaking stats, and that's it for this 94 store card Rick Fox. Moving on to 94 Clyde Drexler. This is the one that I looked at and thought, okay, this looks like a pretty good card. And as you can see, his athleticism stats are up there. They look quite acceptable for a 94. Rebounding, not so hot. His inside offensive game, it's okay, on the high end of okay. His outside shooting, however, looks good. I think this Clyde card will be able to shoot. He's going to have some speed and agility. And his on-ball defense at 92 looks good. 85 steal, you know, it's acceptable. 88 interception looks good. And he has some decent playmaking stats, and that's pretty much it for this Clyde Drexler store card. These are store cards we're looking at. The next store card is a 94 finesse center, Charles Oakley at 6'8", which is kind of a problem. And, you know, he has some strength. He has a okay vertical tip in, you know, 90 rebounding. I'm not overly impressed with that. He has a very good inside offensive game, has a good block, and 87 hands on perimeter. Other than that, you know, no real decent defensive stats. His box out looks good, and he has some post work. So that's it for Charles Oakley. Jose Calderon, he is a finesse point guard, 6'3" tall. And yeah, oh boy, yeah. I don't know, all these stats seem to be just really spread out. It seems to be consistent with No Shave November as well as Zero Chill. Will these cards perform a little better because of that? I don't know, but I look at this card and I just am not interested in it. You know, I just look at that 84-3 and it's like, oh gosh. And we go on to his defensive stats. 83 on ball is low. 96 hands on perimeter is good. 96 drawing offensive foul is good, but his steal at 78 is really low. He has okay, not what I would call good, but okay playmaking stats, and that's pretty much it for Jose Calderon. And then if you purchase the premium milestones, the master at the end of the milestones will be this 93 Shumpert. He is a finesse shooting guard. And as I'm looking at this, you know, I mean, you can look at this, you can analyze this as well as I can. He's got some pretty dang good rebounding stats for a shooting guard. He has decent athleticism stats overall, kind of a decent inside offensive game. His outside shooting, you know, we'll just have to wait and see, but nothing that excites me there. 88 on-ball defense is all right. 88 interception, you know, 84 steal is on the low end of being all right. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So how do we sum this up? What we don't know, will there be an escalation? Well, we know there will at least be some form of an escalation because we know the set for 96 Booker will drop a little later. We don't have any screenshots of that, and that's the way it was with both hardened grandmasters in Zero Chill and No Shave November. We don't know if there will be an escalation for 1 or 2 more 94s that you'll need to claim the 96 Booker. We simply don't know. Certainly reasonable to assume, but again, we don't know. The other thing we don't know is how acquirable the 94 set masters are going to be. That will be solely a function of the extent to which the in-promo economy, specifically, again, the card drop percentages, has been altered, and to what extent has been altered or has not been altered at all. We just don't know. So summing up, there's going to be some 94s available. Don't know how helpful that might be to your lineups. And then, this very curious case of a 96 overall Devin Booker, again, now as the Grandmaster in this promo. So, the way I'm going to choose to look at this promo, you don't have to, obviously, but the way I'm going to choose to look at this promo is more or less as a week-long placeholder to bridge the gap to what I'm hoping will be the next main promo, and that would be March Madness, right? I don't know if March Madness is dropping a week from tomorrow. It would make sense because I'm pretty sure it starts this upcoming weekend, but maybe it'll be the week after that. We just don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But what I'm looking forward to is March Madness. Okay, guys, that's it. Good luck with this promo. We're done. It's over. We're out of here. There's no more. And remember, peace out.